You're commuting home with Katz and Cosby. Now, here's John Catsimatidis and Rita Cosby on 77 WABC.
Lieutenant General Keith Kellogg, of course, former National Security Advisor during the Trump administration. General Kellogg, first off, let me get your reaction to this breaking news that now the Justice Department is filing charges. To the judge's point, I mean, give me a break. They could have filed charges against Hamas years ago, even before October 7th.
Yeah, I think the judge had a right. Actually, I thought you were doing a promo for a new comedy show.
Yeah, exactly. That's how we felt when we saw this news.
Really, look, it's been, Rita, it's been 11 months since that. And there's Americans held hostages. And, oh, by the way, they just executed one. I mean, this is one of those that I think when it comes right down to it, this is now an American issue. I mean, you can do a lot of different things. And this is one of those where, and I go back to Teddy Roosevelt in 1904, when it was Paracletus alive or Razuli dead, when somebody took an American and he sent the Mediterranean squadron of 4 ships. We got our individual back. Or when Phil Walton in 2020 was captured by bandits in Niger, and we sent SEAL Team 6 across the Atlantic to get him and killed 6 bandits and recovered 1 guy. This is the time when I think the President of the United States should say very clearly to the American people, I am telling Joint Special Operations Command and DOD that their requirement is to find those 4 Americans and bring them home. Period. And then I would tell the people that are supporting Hamas, countries like Qatar, like there's a huge air base there, Al Udeid Air Base, the largest one in the Middle East. We're going to shut it down. There's 100 companies that work out of Qatar. We're shutting them all down. And you look at these countries, you do the associated organizations and corporations and nations and tell them, put them on notice. Americans will walk unfettered across the land. If you harm an American, as President Trump said, in the State of the Union in February of 2020, he said, if you attack an American, your life is forfeit. That's what we need to say, and that's what we need to execute. And the fact that this was an American, and remember his name, Hersh Goldberg Pollen, he lost an arm during the attack on 7 October. They kept him caught as a hostage for 11 months and then shot him in the back of the head. I'm sorry, game over. And this is when we say to the world, to the American people, nope, now it's on our watch, and do something about it. The Israelis have done their job. This is in Gaza. It's not part of Israel. We'll finish the job. If we don't say things like that, we will not have any credibility in the Middle East.
Let me ask you, General Kellogg, do you think we need to do something? In other words, send in some covert forces, because there are still believed to be 4 Americans alive.
Yeah, well, this is what I'm saying. This is when you draw the line. You said if you attack an American, anybody who walks the rules in America should feel safe. We're coming after you. And we don't care about the consequences. Okay, this is the way it's going to be. And we haven't done that. We've relied on the Israelis do it, and the Israelis have done a hard job. But they just executed 6 people, 1 female and 1 American. Didn't do anything about it. You find people hard-pressed to say and talk about the tragedy of it all. I mean, this is one, do not screw with the United States of America. That's the reason I gave you 2 historical references of what Teddy Roosevelt did in 1904 and what President Trump did in 2020, when there was a single individual taken hostage, both times by bandits, and both times the United States of America responded, one by setting a squadron of 4 ships, gunboat diplomacy 101, and the president sending SEAL Team 6. That's how you handle this.
Yeah, absolutely. General Kellogg, Judge Weinberg has a question.
General, good to talk to you again. I'll tell you what troubles me, General. The whole business of hostage diplomacy. You grab people, you negotiate off their lives. It only encourages more hostage taking. All the pressure is being put on Israel by the Biden-Harris administration. Why isn't the pressure being put on Iran and Hamas and all the other surrogates? Why are we getting this totally in reverse?
Well, Judge, it's a great question. I think because they're basically trying to be this Biden-Harris administration equal-handed. Well, there's good on both sides. There's bad on both sides. No. Hamas is a terrorist organization. They killed over 1,000 Israeli citizens in a surprise attack on the 7th of October. They're brutal. They've executed 6 just recently, just the other day. And there's no doubts at all. I mean, we should say very clearly, we stand behind the democratic state of Israel, full stop. That's it.
They kill for money.
Everybody else, don't do it. Pardon?
They kill for money.
Yep. Oh, we know that. We know they do that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. No rules.
Well, thank you, General Kellogg. Thank you for speaking out and everything you've done for our country, and continue to speak out for our country. And we'll catch up with you again real soon.
Thank you, General.
Thanks, John.
Thank you.